So when I asked her, would you follow yourself? She said no. So basically I told her, you just answered your own question. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are coming back, welcome. And for those of you who are new, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. Also, join the fam. Okay, today's video, I suggest you stay all the way till the end because I will be giving you guys 5 tips on how to grow your channel. Why? Because these are mistakes that I made when I first started, and every now and then I do kind of fall into one of these, but I am learning and I'm going to show you guys my tips. I'm going to share with you guys my tips and tricks on how I have been recording and making it a lot more interesting. Okay, so yeah, stay till the end so you guys can get all the tips. Okay, so tip number 1 is the camera. A lot of the people, they don't understand and they don't learn that the recording, when you are recording, do not hold your camera up like this. You want to hold it to the side. You want to record to the side, because when you go in, especially when you're using iMovie or any editing software, it comes out those 2 big black bars on the side. One thing that you don't want those 2 big black bars on the side, because it makes your video look non-professional, and it's just kind of not interesting because it's just like one screen that's just up like that, and they try to fix it and they just can't, so they just end up clicking out of it because it's no longer interesting. Okay, tip number 2. Smile, have a personality, be upbeat, because these are one of the things that people like going in to watch. When they're watching their videos, they don't want to see someone that's just dead and uninteresting, because it makes their day just kind of feel not so good. You know, a smile and everything, a good attitude can go a long way, believe it or not. Kind of like when you go into a store and there's greeters. A lot of the times they have greeters, you know, somebody's having a bad day and that one greeter gives you a smile, greets you upbeat, and guess what? You could have just made someone's day. You never know, because you never know what people are going through or what they're seeing or how they're feeling that day. Okay, tip number 3, consistency. You have to record consistent. You have to be consistent. How can you be consistent? Because sometimes it's just coming up with ideas, and coming up with ideas is already a big thing in itself. I know it's difficult and everything. This is one of the things that I struggled with before, but one of the things that I came up with was that I go in, and it's kind of like a supply and demand. Go in and see what's trending. What are people watching? Basically, what do you watch? What is interesting to you? Do you find this interesting? Okay, go in and make your own version of it. And also the bulk recording. Okay, if you want to be consistent, I know a lot of the times it's really, really hard going in and recording on a daily basis. Why? Because I don't even do that. Every now and then what I do is that I get ready. Sometimes people, you know, ladies especially, you know how like we have this long hair. It's actually very hard to manage sometimes, especially if you have like really, really curly, frizzy hair. This one. Okay, so one of the main things that I do sometimes is that I bulk record. What that means is that I go in and I get ready, I fix myself up, I already have my list of ideas, I have all the information that I need for that video. So what I do is that I go in and I record different videos the same day, but I do not release them all that same day, depending on how long ahead of time you want to record. If it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month, you know, couple of months. Sometimes people do that so that they could have the rest of the time free without having to worry about, oh, what are they going to record? Oh, what are they going to do? But one thing I will recommend, change your clothes so that it does not notice. People won't realize that you're recording in bulk, if that makes any sense. Okay, so people will not realize that you're recording in bulk. Why? Because you're recording in different clothes. You're not recording in the same clothes every single time, and therefore, you know, it's just, it looks different. You want each thumbnail to look different, each video to look different. Okay, and then, oh yeah, okay, so as you record several videos, you go releasing them. Basically, you have them in your camera roll. It's already prepared. You already edited it. I'm sorry. Okay. And then you go releasing them like once, depending on how many times a week you release a video. So if you release a video like once a week, then you have one, you record several, then that way you are ready for several weeks. If you record, if you release a video every 2 days, every 3 days, you know what I mean? So basically you already have a bulk recording, so you don't have to worry about like going in and having to do that, especially for people who have full-time jobs. That can become very difficult because it's very time consuming, all the recording, preparing, all the editing, and then posting. Okay, yes. That was my third one, sorry. And then number 4, interesting content. You want to post interesting content because if you have something that's not as interesting, people are not going to want to watch it. Kind of like you, for example. Ask yourself this question: would I watch this? When you are coming up with a list of ideas, when you are about to record, ask yourself, would I watch this? Is this something I'm interested in? Is this topic something that I would want to watch? But even a topic can be very, very interesting, right? But then you go in and the video is just dead, bland. It's just very uninteresting. So people click out of it. What you want to do is you want to go in and create something that, if you can answer these questions, like I just made a Facebook, and I'm not really big on Facebook because it's never really been that interesting to me. But I just made it just because someone told me, hey, you should make a Facebook. So I did. I'm not really big on there. I do have maybe like 1 or 2 posts which are about this videos that I have been making. But I'm not really big on it because I don't really like Facebook. I never really have. It's just not interesting to me. Okay, so there was this girl that messaged me. I have been getting a lot of messages. I don't have a lot of activity going on too much on my Facebook, but people have been messaging me. I have been asked if I could put my email in my YouTube videos, which I have not. I think I'm going to do that so people can contact me if they have any questions. So a female contacted me and asked me if I could go through her video and through her channel and see and give her some advice on what is she doing wrong, because she's been doing this for so long, yet she hasn't gotten the growth that she's wanted. So one of the things that I did was that I went into her videos, and that was one of the biggest problems that she had. That was one of the biggest issues that she had, that her content was something that not even she would watch. Basically, she was going and creating this content thinking that it's good, people are gonna like it. We all want people to like our content, right? Am I right? Yes, you know it's right, and you know I'm right. Okay, anyways, she had a poem channel. It's called Raja Writes. Okay, so there's 2 big things that I saw on there that were her mistake. One, she's not posting or basically trying to get too much on YouTube. What she's doing is that she's going on Facebook and posting her stuff there, expecting people to go over to YouTube and watch her stuff. But the only people, her name on Facebook was different from her name on YouTube. So therefore, people did not know what to look for. If they like her, let's say they like her content on Facebook, there's no way they're going to go and find her on YouTube, because one of the things was that her name on Facebook and her name on YouTube were very different. She did not post her videos on her Facebook, so therefore people did not know how to find her. So when she asked me if I could go through her YouTube name was very, very common. Basically, a lot of people had that same YouTube name. Like, she told me that I asked her, what's your YouTube name? What's your YouTube channel? So I went on there, and when she wrote to me, it's called Raja Writes. Raja Writes, Writes, because she writes poetry, and she puts it on YouTube. So one of the main things is that I went on there, as soon as I wrote into the search bar, Raja Writes, there was like 7 to 10 different channels with the same name. I just kept scrolling and scrolling. I didn't even know which one was her because the little picture, I was looking for her through the name, but then I saw so many channels with the same name. And then another thing, I was looking for like the little picture and everything, a little icon, if she had the same picture on Facebook to see if she had it on YouTube. She didn't. So that was one of the biggest things that, you know, it's just the name was just too common and she wasn't putting herself out there to get the type of views or subscribers that she wanted. So I told her about that. But then also another big thing that I made her see, which was basically, would you follow you? That was another question I asked her. Would you follow you? Like basically what you need to do if you want to really grow on YouTube, you need to basically, it's kind of like a supply and demand. What's in, what's trending. If you post stuff on that, but you also make it interesting, you will hit and trigger the YouTube algorithm, which will then push your videos for more people to watch. Because if you post stuff that people are not interested in, you're interested in, you think it's cool, you think it's awesome. Yeah, all of us think that our videos are awesome, but you also have to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself the question, would you follow you? If the answer is no, you have your answer of why your YouTube channel is not growing. Okay, that is one of the biggest, hardest things that I know a lot of you, I'm probably gonna get like negative messages because of that, but I hope this was very helpful, because if you really do want to grow, you will listen to that main thing that I just said. Would you follow you? Is your name too common? You need to put yourself, basically, if you're going to be on Facebook, make the same name as your YouTube channel, so then that way people can find you a lot easier. Okay, I hope this information was very helpful. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, join the fam. Okay, I will see you guys later.